Hello, Icy Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Lobotomy Corporation with me, BlueAnkylo, and the live tubers watching on the live stream. So, it's a new day for me, which means I might be a little bit rusty, but we're back, starting up another session, and between episodes, recordings, we've upgraded some armor, and basically, so now we've got some better class tier 3 armor. We've assigned that to the training team. And we've recruited a new employee, Jean-Mathieu. Again, don't expect me to pronounce names correctly. That's impossible. But we got another Patreon supporter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we don't actually start with any information on this one, but I believe it is Icy related from what we picked at the end of the night last night. And we can continue to work on this guy. In the grand scheme of things, Schadenfreude is going to be our repression trainer, so we can increase our justice stat. The spiders have been pretty good instinct trainers, and the bird has been a pretty good insight trainer. And then that leaves one last stat. Our attachment has been done by the fragment of the universe. So we've got a reasonably good ability to train every stat, which is important because I would like to get 2 promotions today to finish this quest, because we could have done that yesterday, but I failed it. So, all that said, let's get to work. It's the base. Alright, so, our new monsters down here, brand new room, new hallway. Let's just take a look at it. It's a little bit chilly. So I have seen this one before. I forget, I'm terrible at remembering, you know, which works to go with all the time. So we're still gonna have to relearn the process every time. But we got ourselves an icy monster of some sort with a cool blue sword that I want. I'm thinking, what kind of work would we go with here? Instinct I try to reserve for animals. Attachment is for feelings. Insight, more mental preparation. Repression, I don't know, just never start with repression. It's a bad idea. Repression's occasionally the right choice, but is typically not. I think I'll just go with insight. It's generally my safe. It's I start with instinct for animals or insight for humanoid, thinky, smart things. I don't know. And we'll send. I mean, I could send myself. Look, fella, you're just gonna go for a vacation. You're coming to Canada for a vacation. It's probably pretty hot down where you live, so it'll be nice for a little bit of cool air. Its containment room is storming with a frosty blizzard. Look, he's doing fine. Just getting good successes. More successes than failures. Actually, this is quite successful. Also, there's a helicopter outside. Sorry if you guys can hear that. Are we not going to get any more tips? Seriously? 1 tip's all we get? Usually you get, you know, a few, but... I mean, honestly, this went pretty well. I would say 13 out of 19 is pretty good. And he took some sanity damage, so the thing deals white damage. Although I think I could see that now if I paid attention. But not that much. So that's... Heck class armor. Now it does take like half damage from white, right? So, you know, we have some armor that's pretty good against white damage, so we might be set up pretty well here. Let's see, what should we learn? We could find out perhaps the best work type, whatever you want to call it, work. I don't even know what to call that kind of thing. But we could figure out the best type of work to use. But I think it's more important to get the tips to find out, you know, how to not let it escape. So when the work result is normal, employee was kissed by it with a normal probability. Did fella get kissed? I didn't see him. I didn't see that happen, so it's probably like, you know, 50% odds or kind of thing. When the work result is bad, the employee was kissed by it with a high probability. So if you get a red, it's much more likely you get kissed. Employees who were given the second kiss forgot everything and were trapped inside of its containment room. Well, that's great. Bella, one more time, try not to get kissed. speed this up a little bit. Kai would have been gifted with the world if he couldn't have completed eternity with ice pieces. Could be worse, right? Just frozen to death. Please get a good result, though. That would be optimal. Doesn't seem to want to give us much of the story. I mean, I'm not sure if insight's the way to go, but it was a reasonably successful one, so I want to stick with it. Looks like he only takes like 2 sanity damage per hit, which isn't that bad. And he did get a green here, and he definitely did not get kissed. So 14 seems to be the target. That's nice. They should have enough points to finish off 1 level of observation, which means it's even easier to succeed now. To avoid the deadly 3rd kiss, ooh, save the trapped employee. A duel with it must be commenced. Now that sounds pretty fun. So 1 kiss, 2 kiss, trapped, 3rd kiss dead, or you try a duel. Only those with high fortitude will be able to safely save the employee. Let's rescue them before the day is over. And let's check how insight's working. Okay, at level 3 or higher, insight is a great choice. So I'm glad we've been training our employees up a bit. Because Fella definitely has Prudence 3, which means reasonably likely to work. Alright, well he's done all the opening exciting adventure. Let's send Rides in now for a couple times. Just to share the excitement, right? It's not doing so hot. Come on, let's see if we can get that 13. It's catching up there. I guess it was 14 we needed. Did he get kissed? You guys let me know in chat if you see him get kissed, if I wasn't paying attention. I heard the sword clank down, but I didn't hear any kisses. Alright, let's wrap up. We got just enough points at least to do that section, which means we can work a little bit quicker. It looks like attachment is also available, so those 2 are probably the best choices. And then repression, like I said, repression is always the wrong choice, and instinct would have been probably not great. Alright, so we're learning. I think, regardless, you can soak up 1 kiss one way or the other. Theoretically, the 2nd kiss just means we have to save you, and I don't know how... I'd like to see how that works, to be honest. Yeah, this is one of the few abnormalities that doesn't give you a lot of tips when you're just watching along. Alright, we got the good result, so that's a safe work. That is not enough to unlock it, so we'll have to send someone in. So at this point, I've sent in Fella twice and Rides twice, so I guess it's my turn. It's only fair that I go in there eventually. I don't know who this Kai person is, though. They keep talking about him. Generally, the game just has some, like, sort of anonymous employees that get tossed in. Like, it'd be cool if they used your names from previous attempts or something. So, on a neutral, she, I believe it's a she, clanks her sword down. I still haven't seen anyone get kissed as far as I can tell. And, by the way, it is the Snow Queen, in case you were wondering. So probably 1 more work and we'll be able to get the final piece of information. And you can see here, it's a pretty cool weapon. So we had like a spear from the Galaxy Monster. But this is a better spear. It does white damage, more damage. I believe it has a special effect. Like, this is great. This is something we really want. And then the armor, I mean, it's a little bit weak to red, but it's a, you know, hair class and otherwise pretty solid. So, you know, it's good stuff. Kissed. We got to pay close attention. On a neutral, we have a chance to get kissed by the Snow Queen. If you get kissed twice, you get frozen. Which, honestly, we might want to try. I think the game is finished, to be honest. It's kind of got an incomplete translation, unfortunately, because of bad, whatever Korean to English company they hired for that. But other than that, I think it's pretty much finished. It's a good game, though. It would be nice if they were still adding stuff, obviously, but It's pretty indie, so, you know, not infinite money. Alright, by the way, I got an excellent success work there. And that means we've got enough points. So that's the final piece of information, so we're as good at working on it as we'll ever get. And the good news here is that it does not escape, and it does not have a clip-off counter. So it's actually pretty safe to work. And this is the part that I remembered when I selected this one, was like, it was He class, which is nice, because we need more higher ranked monsters. And because it doesn't escape or instantly kill people, it's actually fairly safe to work on. So that's kind of nice. And also good equipment. So honestly, I would kind of like to see what happens with the duel thing. To avoid the deadly third kiss and save the trapped employee, a duel with the Snow Queen must be commenced. I'd kind of like to try that out. But let's read the story first, because the story is fairly short. That's not so bad. A queen lived in the frosty winter forest. Like how every story starts, Kai was a child with kind hearts, with a kind heart even. When an evil fairy scattered pieces of a mirror in everyone's heart. So again, the translation, like I said, some of them are a little bit rough. Kai could see what he didn't want or need to see and left the village he spent his entire life in. In an unforgiving blizzard, Kai met the Snow Queen. He wanted to know the world beyond his village, let's say. He felt as if everything he knew was nothing. The Snow Palace he reached was so cold, but the Snow Queen's kiss froze his heart, and he couldn't feel the cold anymore. There was no joy in the palace, just long winter nights. Gerda was strong enough not to be stabbed by the mirror, and brave enough to go on an adventure to rescue Kai. The journey was agonizing. Gerda was hurt, and sometimes she cried. But eventually Gerda met Kai. Spring came with blossoming flowers. We have that tree. The warmth of spring melted the Snow Queen's palace and the piece of mirror that was in Kai's heart without a trace. So left alone, the Snow Queen... something. We remember when we put her in that cryo coffin with our own hands. Her joyous laughter was gone. She just kept repeatedly crying, laughing, crying, and laughing. She was eventually found in a bathtub with her wrist cut, soaked in red with her own blood. We didn't believe in death. I will reconstruct her from the machine that I have detested my whole life. This is one of the worst translations I've seen so far. She would have been disgusted by it, dying in the bathtub. But we have walked the road too long traveled. One day, it talked. I remember you. You were kind-hearted. That moment I had an urge to destroy what I had created myself. So, one of the important reasons we have to read through these is sometimes it's just about the abnormalities, story. And that's fine. Gerda and Kai, I believe, is just the backstory for the Snow Queen. But these last two paragraphs are a little bit more, because we do know someone that's referred to by A. I think we got that far in the story. We should. Angela talks about A. If she hasn't yet, she will soon. So anyway, this may relate to something. I don't want to spoil it, obviously, but point is this probably refers to something in the real game. Like in the plot. So, thank you, fella. I was pretty sure. I mixed things up a little bit because I have played a little bit further myself. Okay, so anyway, Snow Queen. I haven't actually tested this out ever, so we're going to test it out today. But I think there's definitely some reason to do this duel thing. One of the reasons I would suspect that is most abnormalities have an ego gift, a weapon, and an armor. Like if we look at pretty much every other abnormality we have, there's a % chance when working to get some item, and then you can buy armor and weapons. That's pretty much the same for everything. That's the de facto. Although it's not, like, some things are literally missing one armor or something, it's fine, but because this one doesn't have an ego gift, it makes me suspect that perhaps the duel is how you get them, because there are some tricky mechanics like that in this game. So we're going to try it out, which means we need someone to fail, but also survive. So we need someone with enough stamina, or not stamina, that is to say, enough sanity to not die, and also fail. which basically repression will cause us to fail. So we're gonna try this out. I'm gonna go do it. I'll take the hit for the team. Oh, by the way, we filled up our first counter, so clip off meltdown. It's the tree and the box. So tree, no big deal. Let's just send someone in there. Tree works attachment or insight. I think getting more sanity is going to be useful, so Jelka can go do that. And then the box. Remember from last episode or last stream, you cannot look at this thing while it's being worked on. So we have to be very careful how we do this. On the plus side, it does work your repression stat, which is very nice to get some justice. It deals red damage, so I think Duel could survive. 50 HP, 10th level armor with red resistance. I'm just gonna not risk it for now because it is Heh class, but I'll send in rides for now, and maybe we'll send in some of the other departments later. Anyway, meanwhile, the Snow Queen's containment room shines with ice and frost. And I am failing terribly, but I think I'll survive. What is it we need? So a 7 or less will get us a bad. And I think I'm going to succeed on that. Oh yeah. So you repress the Ice Queen. Apparently I'd already been kissed once. So I have now been encased in ice. Someone's going to have to save me. Alright. So. Well, I've got one person that's not... Also, don't look at that thing, by the way. It's very important. Fella? You gotta save me. I think Insight is your best odds, so we're gonna go with Insight. And, let's do this. I mean, this is what I wanted. It's fine. This is part of the plan. I've never seen this happen before. And I guess we're not gonna see it happen here either. I mean, just keep getting those points. That's probably what we need. There's some cool boss music there going on in the background. Some Final Fantasy boss music, isn't it? Just fighting Shiva in there. Well, that was good results, though, I gotta say. Come on, you have to save us with that. That was super good. Don't die! We're dead. So... that didn't work. Okay. We're gonna probably restart this day. Looked like you did well, but that's pretty dead. That's our 2 highest level characters gone. I'm gonna, because I probably will reset, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have someone else get frozen, but this time we're gonna buff some stats up before I should have done this with Fella, but I was being lazy. So what we can do, because maybe this is a stat check, might just be random, I don't know. But what we can do is before we send him in next time, assuming we do the same thing, is we will, we'll get like plus 20 to all stats here. And I'm gonna test this out here first. There we go. So that should be pretty good stat buff. So Rides is up to like way higher stats than we have normally, naturally. And that means someone else with white resistance. Jelka is going to go get kissed. Not a lot of prudence, though. I'm hoping maybe a common will be enough to get kissed, because I'm worried about going for the very low and just getting killed by it. It did say high fortitude. I sent Fella in who had, I believe he had level 4 fortitude, which is pretty high. It only goes up to 5. Like, 5 is the max, essentially. So, you know, it wasn't like I sent someone with low fortitude. So we want Jelka to survive, but get frozen so we can try the duel again. Maybe it does just need 5 fortitude, is perhaps. It might be some kind of cutoff point like that. Oh, you're doing way too well, Jelka. I don't think that counted as a kiss. Just put you in here for now. It could be RNG, although if it was RNG, we were so successful on the counter that I would have not expected that to be the problem. So anyway, we're just going to let Jelka heal up a little bit. Today is for science, and then we'll reset it and we'll try again, because as much as I don't mind playing Iron Man and losing some people now and then, this is pretty typical when you get a new abnormality. It takes a couple tries to learn sort of how to handle it, I guess. And oftentimes you get something, you try out a couple things, you die a couple times, and then once you know what to do, you reset and you'll be okay. Otherwise, you just lose your base and you can't. You just sort of get soft-locked because everyone's dead and you can't afford replacements. So I'm not sure if Duel can survive a full set of repression here. How's he doing? Oh no, he's going crazy. Well, that's unfortunate. So, on the plus side, I have someone with white damage. We've probably never even seen this before. But if you have someone with white damage, you can generally cure them. Look at that. Just smack them with your flower petals. It's perfect. There, fully sane. the tree fan saves the day. Okay, so I'm thinking Duel, for this, like, maybe we just have too low stats for this to be easily farmable right now. But let's go, who am I trying to send in here? Just Duel, okay. We'll send Duel up here, get him some more sanity points, some prudence. So that should keep him sane enough, long enough to get frozen, so that we can have a duel again. This machine is actually pretty helpful. It's just time sink. Alright, got the yes again. That's another decent stat buff. And like you can see here, when I send in Rides, technically his fortitude is considered a 5 now. So Rides will be nearly maxed out, and if that wins us the duel, then we'll know probably for sure that that's what'll work. Just Zayn, yeah, that is true. Most of the time, if you see a green Zayn, it's a fairly safe, helpful thing. Teth might be helpful, but is more murdery. And then Heh is like extra murder, and it just gets worse from there. Alright, you're not going to go crazy, Duel. You're going to survive. Yeah, you're halfway. Yeah, he'll be fine. So that extra little boost to his maximum SP gave him enough points to survive this for sure. We'll speed this up a bit. Alright, so she did the sword smack. I guess that's the kiss. And then the second time the sword goes down, you get encased in ice. I was thinking she'd like lean over and kiss you, but no, clearly you get kissed by a sword. Also got to keep an eye on my timer here. I've got 2 more works before the Dawn Ordeal. And I don't really want to mess with that kind of stuff right now, because this is just to be a test day. Alright, Duel, hurry up and get healed. Close enough. Alright, here we go. I'm hoping this does what I want. I mean, this could all be for nothing. But to be fair, if I accidentally get someone frozen, even if this doesn't give us anything, it'll be nice to know how to break people free. Because that last attempt with blue did not work. Alright, so we have successfully frozen Duel, which is, you know, what we were aiming for. He is out of control. We cannot get him out of there. But Rides is very buffed up on stats. Now, I don't actually know if I should be using Instinct or Insight here. It says high fortitude will be able to... Only those with high fortitude will be able to safely save the employee. So, I don't know if that means I should try Instinct. I'm going to try Insight again, but having maxed out fortitude. The story did say something about Gerda was strong enough not to be stabbed. So maybe that's the idea of being, you know, level 5 fortitude or something like that. Maybe. Alright, Rides. Science this up for us. Piece of cake, he says. Wait, did he just instantly win? No, he instantly died. Well... Maybe I should try Instinct. We have not been successful at breaking this curse. Wait, Jelka? Did he actually get broken free? No, Drow is dead. Rides fell out. Everyone's. I just forgot why Jelka's over there. All right, so everyone's dead. Well, not everybody, but you know what I mean. Everyone we've sent in is dead. This has not been working out super well. So what? Is there anything else I could do? I guess I will try one more thing. I will try doing an instinct after buffing our stats. So we'll do that. Although first and foremost we need to get through the opening phase, because I still think having all the observations will be more useful. You know, because we reset the day, we lost our progress on that, so we'll have to relearn what we know. Although we know sort of how to handle it, so that's fine. While that's going on, I'm gonna get Fella some better stats. I'll try to get about 25, 28 or so. I mean, that should take his HP over 100 if I get lucky. That was lucky. That was a little bit longer than I normally go. That's like a plus 30, give or take. So that's great. Fella is super strong. I'm gonna go send myself up next to get more stats. Alright, so Fella, you're gonna continue to study the thing while we're boosting our stats. Doesn't really matter what we pick this time around. Let's get my stats buffed up a little bit. We can apparently just do this for every single employee every day, but it just takes a bit too long. Didn't go quite as long, but I also hit 100 HP, so it's gotta be good. Alright. We will... Man, look at those 5s. It's almost like a max level employee there. We'll get Rides buffed up as well, why not? Just one of these days where you just spend a lot of time grinding it out. We'll probably just die terribly anyway, but... At least this time we'll have extra stats while we go. Oh, I got the no! So, bad stats, but we can try again. Just don't do that 5 times in a row, basically. Oh, man, my timing! Alright, Rides? While you're doing that, let's keep working on this thing down here. So typically I work a lot more abnormalities all in parallel, but while we're learning the new one, it's a little different. A little bit slower. There we go. Okay, that's the gambling machine over for now. So, we are about halfway through our information gathering. Doing quite... I mean, that was a perfect. Come on. Come on, a perfect... I think I saw very highs there. Like, we actually pushed our stats so high up there. You know, we've got over 100 work success, 100 fortitude, about 90 prudence, give or take. Man, if that's not enough to handle this thing, I don't even know. I don't even know, man. Alright, so we're at the full observation level. Let's try this again. I will do the same strategy, except... This time, Fella is going to try... Well, for one, he'll have more stats, and I'm going to try Instinct rather than Insight to free me. To see if that's the difference. Because maybe that is the difference. Also, we're going to get our clip-off meltdown. Alright, that was kiss number 1. And kiss number 2 will cause us a little bit of grief. Alright, one more refresh, and I should be fully ticked up, fully sane. That's the way to look at it. And then we'll have 2 meltdowns. We got Beauty and the Beast, which is a fairly safe one to work on. We'll send Pixel in to get a little bit of justice. And the Happy Machine we can basically ignore, so don't worry about that. There's quite a few abnormalities that we don't have to worry about during meltdowns, so we'll just lose a little bit of energy after the timer goes down. Okay, second kiss. I am now encased in ice. Fella, for real this time, bring that spear, get me out of there. I wonder if it matters what weapons you've got equipped. Because Rides actually has a Heh-class weapon. It doesn't say if the Snow Queen is weak to red or black damage or anything, so I don't know if that makes any difference. Come on, fella. Gerda is braver and stronger than anyone. You gotta get me out of here, fella. You know, it did kind of glitch out last time. It may have been... The second time I did it, I was on fast forward mode, so that may have messed up the cutscene. Maybe this is one we should make sure we're only doing it on normal speed. Haha! We lived! Spring came and roses bloomed. Gerda and Kai headed home, holding each other's hand. Thanks, fella. Yeah, I wonder if that was like a... You're not allowed to speed through it. You have to go... Maybe level 5 is enough, as long as you're not on fast forward. Because I hadn't thought of that. It didn't do the whole cutscene. Interesting. Alright, so, did we actually get anything? Or was that just for fun? Oh, there's something on my cheek, for sure. I have an unknown cheek accessory. And so does Fella. We got kissed. You've got a cheek something. I can't read it. I assume it is giving us some stats somewhere. I didn't pay enough attention to really math it out. Well, we could go again with somebody else. Unknown cheek accessories to new band name. It's not bad. Like a punk band or something. Alright, so we're gonna try to get Rides that accessory, and then I will try to see if I can actually tell what stats it gives. So then we need someone else who can fail, but also survive. And we did find out last time that Jelka, I think it was Jelka, with a little bit of help from this machine, should be able to survive getting frozen. Seems very risky. Yeah! It's for science. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. I think you just need someone strong enough to beat the Ice Queen. And not fast forward it. And maybe use Fortitude instead of Insight. Or Instinct. Dang it. Too greedy. Looks like HP SP. This survival rate's not so hot. Well, we are 1 for 3, perhaps. Unless we can figure out... Oh, I've let that go way too long. Okay, stop talking until I get this finished. Then I'll do it. I'll talk about it as soon as we're done. Good enough. Alright. So, Thorinum seems to think 6 HP SP. That's pretty good. I'm still going to try it one more time. I feel like it's only risky until you figure out the mechanics. And if the mechanic was Fella needed technically a 5 in Fortitude, and that's all he needs, then it will... If that's all it is, then it's a simple stat check and we'll succeed every time. There's no guarantee it's simple. But an extra 6 HP SP, basically for free, passively, is actually not bad. Like, I wouldn't mind that. Because you could just give that to everybody without... If it's simple, you can just give that to everybody. But if I do it again, we can watch specifically on, say, rides. And, I mean, if it's just 6 to everything, that's fine. Alright, so Jelka just needs to get healed. We'll do one more try. We might have won too well. Yeah, Fella's pretty impressive, you know. And anyway, I mean, we got to keep working on this thing to get all the boxes anyway, so it's all good. Alright, hurry it up, Jelka. Time for you to go get a little bit frozen. You are happy, but now you're going to get frozen solid. Jelka has the cool sunglasses, or the shades, the nerd glasses now. It's possible the success is yellow rather than green. That's true. It could be. Punishing Bird has escaped. Oh, fellow, I've got a job for you. just in case the newbies need some help with Punishing Bird, I'll send you up this way. The Punishing Bird just likes to go peck at people. Specifically Fella, clearly. It ignored everybody in there to go peck on Fella. Like, specifically went after Fella to peck on him. And now it's going back to... He's the bird handler. See, the bird's going right back home. Easy. Glad we got that sorted out. Alright, by the way, while that was going on, Jelka may have been frozen solid. That's fine. Almost got turned insane. Okay, so... It's time to earn your... ice... I don't know what it's supposed to be. Good luck, rides. So I'm just going to do the same thing we did last time. He's technically got a 5 in Fortitude. He's got Instinct. We're going to make sure we're in there on not fast forward, just in case that was the gimmick. And if he dies, you know, he dies. But it's for science. This is all about science, the game. So it seems like the second time you use it, it doesn't do the full animation, whether it's on fast forward or not. First time, we got the full fight. Second time, we did not. But we got the success. And it's still playing the music and the sound effects. Might be a little bit buggy, I don't know. Maybe we'll only use it once per day like this, just to be safe. Still fighting. Everybody made it home, right? Oh, I forgot to look at the stats. I was supposed to be paying attention to the stats. Oh, well. I assume it's +6, like you guys said, and that's good enough. But it looks like everybody's got the little ice cheek thing now. So that's probably good. And to be honest, it should be pretty easy to get green works out of this now. We've got very highs, so we're not going to be getting frozen solid anyway, because we're not going to get bads, unless you're trying to get bads. This is just going to be fighting forever now. I feel like that was not supposed to happen. The duel mechanic seems to have some trouble. I'm just dueling her on my own, because why not, right? I'm only moderately concerned. This is nowhere near a red, right? It's a friggin' perfect! Why did my face disappear? That's less good. Can you not work it after you have the little ice thing or something? Or am I technically frozen? Maybe you're not allowed to go back in once you've got the We've run into a problem. The duel's bugged out, yeah. But the problem is, if I am out of control at the end of the day, I'm dead, I think. And if we can't get out of that, then I'm definitely gone forever. I can't select me or anything. I'm a little bit... I'm definitely confused. I've never seen this happen before. I'm pretty sure if I end right now, like if I finish the day, I'm just dead. I'm gonna try one more thing before I restart, though. First, we have to survive the this dawn thing. As soon as we're done the ordeal, I'll try one more thing. This is gonna be a very long episode for this one day here. So this one is just the little psionic worm things. They're not that bad. I'm positive the team can suppress these without too much trouble. They seem to do very little damage, if any. They do try to break things out, but yeah, I don't think there's any worry about fighting these right now. The newbies aren't doing a ton of damage, but it's enough. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to try is getting someone else frozen again, which is going to be Jelka, because he's got the stats for it. So we'll get Jelka frozen, we'll have one of these guys save him, and see if that saves me at the same time. And if that doesn't reset it, then I'll probably just restart my day. And I guess that means that if you see the duel glitch out, you probably should stop using the Snow Queen, I guess? Maybe we should just do one duel per day or something? It might only be safe for one duel, whether it's a bug or intended, but that's definitely... I feel like if it is a bug, then that's an acceptable reason to restart to save somebody anyway, because that's not really totally fair. Alright, just let Jelka heal up a little bit. I should have got the quest. If I'd gone to the other side of the facility, we would have had a quest that makes you heal faster inside these rooms. That would actually save us a lot of time with this kind of thing. Alright, Jelka, there we go. So, one more failure. And then, you know, fella, I feel like... wasn't it Rides that bugged it out? So, fella, you can... You haven't bugged it out yourself, so we'll send you in. So you should get frozen from this. On the plus side, if we manage to get everybody free, we've got lots of energy. If I die, you get the facility. Do you want the facility? So it didn't lock it up. We got the win again, but it's still glitchy. I don't know if that was my fault for leaving it on fast forward, but I'm still in there one way or the other. So, if it glitches out, is this just the first person that goes in gets trapped? We're doing so much science here. There is just science for days. But I need to know how to handle this thing. Yeah. So if it glitches out, the next person you send in continues the duel, even though they shouldn't. And then it's like the animation bugs out. Yeah, and now fella's stuck in there. So that's the bug, I guess, if it's a bug. So if it does that glitch where people leave the duel too early, we can't work it anymore. So I think the solution will be one duel per day maximum. Because the first duel was fine. It was the second duel that glitched it out. Yeah, that's the rule. We'll be fine. Sorry, we'll have to reset this day 3 times, but hopefully that's learned enough that we should be okay now. Alright. Same process. I mean, we were right last time. We didn't mess anything up. We just... I think that's probably a bug. I haven't seen a lot of bugs in the game, but it may be. I mean, it may be intentional, too. You never know. I don't think that counted as a kiss. But we will send Fella in, who now has much higher stats anyway, so it's safer. Probably could have sent someone to the Happy Machine first, just to guarantee we didn't mess up the early day. Some of these abnormalities could get to the moon, though, Fella. In fact, one of them, I believe, is called La Luna, so it probably is the moon. I mean, have you got a cool Ragnarok to get you there? We're talking about. That was a neutral, so that could have been a kiss, but I didn't see. I didn't see the sword click. You generally hear it when the sword clunks down, right? It's been a very slow start to today's abnormality. Squad's all prepped up. We're not going to worry about the other guys just yet. We'll start training those guys once this one's done again. Very similar to the previous day. I mean, it's still fairly likely that the duel works off of success rate, so I feel like that's still a good idea. Let's just speed this up a little bit. Just don't look in that room while that happens. Alright, angry puppy. And dangerous tree. Let those guys work on it. Another good success here. Pretty much wraps up our required PE grind. Got a success on the mysterious robot. After this, let's just do one more round of training, just keep things moving. And then we'll start doing failures down there to do the duel. Because I just want to see one duel, get the accessories on 2 people, and then we'll move on for the day. Be nice to get everyone to level 3 on stats. Is kind of what I'm aiming for. Also, remember, my quest for today, 2 employees need to get promoted, so I do have a big goal. Alright, now we're going to start failing. For no specific reason, I'll do the same thing where I get captured and Fella saves me, but we'll have to go through the Green Dawn first because I'm doing more work. The Green Dawn's a little bit more dangerous than the Purple Dawn, or the Violet Dawn, I believe. So I got definitely the kiss that time. I even heard it. We do have a newbie. Jean-Mathieu is the new guy, so let's have them dodge the first fight by hanging out with one sin. The robot's like coming straight at us over there. This robot is just killing people like it does. These Dawn robots, though, they're dangerous, but I think we can handle it fairly. Maybe you should go help the pawns. The janitors. Try not to get killed by this stabby robot. Yeah, we'll be fine. Look at this. Fine. I wouldn't say the robots are trivially easy, but not too much to worry about. Doesn't seem like a safe work environment. Yeah, the janitors don't survive very long, as a general rule. Alright, let me heal up, and then I will go get iced. While I'm getting iced, we will let some other people get some practice in. Getting all the newbies up to level 3, hopefully. I actually can use Beauty. The main thing with Beauty is to not do Repression twice in a row. There's no reason you can't do Repression once. Alright, fella, you ready? This time we're not going to bug the game out. It's very important. We're going to set up another meltdown here too, actually. I did so well on very low that I actually didn't get kissed. That's great. Let's let everybody finish. Then I will go get frozen and set off the meltdown. Surely this time I will get frozen. Alright, what do we get? Meltdowns. We have the kill machine. Brides can keep working on it for now. Got spiders. Got one sin. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was just 4, right? Okay, and then we have another dawn coming, which maybe I will show off. Or another ordeal, that is to say. Alright. You've complained to the robot lady? She, yeah, she doesn't seem to mind that people are dying. In fact, she seems to encourage it. Alright. Fella? You know what to do. I'm gonna just doubly safe, make sure I'm playing on normal speed. I still don't really know what's causing the glitch. It seems to be the second duel, so hopefully that stays true. Maybe next time I'll try fast-forwarding the first duel, just to try to confirm that or not. But just avoiding the second duel shouldn't be too hard. In theory. You can also watch fella's stats here. 25, 27 are the boosts. And then as soon as we reselect him, if he lives... Yeah, 25, 27, 31, 33. If those are the two stats, that's, you know, it's not something that we should waste hours on, but it's an easy enough ego gift that's a reasonably good one. There's no reason not to get that on everyone eventually. What kind of damage does Schadenfreude do? Red. So I can go in there, even though I'm not fully sane, that's fine. I'm going to do 2. So let's get 1 there and 1... As long as we're not getting failures down here, we can work her just normally. Plus, you know, I want more weapons. I haven't really started buying all the weapons and armor yet. Coffee time. I will have to... Don't look at Schadenfreude. It's very important. Okay, so we can technically end the day now if we need to. But we're going to show off the Purple Noon. Everybody's favorite giant tentacle monster. So last time I did Purple Noon, I had everyone together. I'm going to do that again one more time because we're still not a particularly strong team yet, I feel. Except, who's the new guy? John Matthew? Where is he? We'll just send him over here. John Matthew, because he's the lowest stats, he can skip the fight. Alright, so remember, Violet Noon, what happens? Don't leave your guys in the large rooms. Say goodbye to all of our janitors. Because they all got squished. Alright, now let's deal with these things. Hey Dobry, yeah, I tried to start a little bit earlier today just to help out for some of the time zones. There we go. 1 giant obelisk thing killed. Let's just check. Do we take any significant damage? Nah. Nothing we can't handle. Let's go kill this one. Actually, no. It's still more important to kill this one. Because if this one manages to free the dog, we're going to have a hard time suppressing it. If this one frees up the spider thing, we'll be okay. You tried to watch last night? Yeah. I definitely feel sorry for time zone monsters. It's difficult. Alright, you're coming back to join the fight here, John Matthew. Good luck. He's fine. These are, you know, level 3 tier monsters, but as long as you don't get squished by them, they're actually not that scary. So let's wait just until we get one heal cycle, just so everyone's topped up a little bit, and then we'll go kill the last one. That janitor is dead. And yeah, look at this. The clip-off counter actually dropped down by 1, so this thing is trying to free the monsters in this area. Punishing Bird drops on its own, so it doesn't count. Yeah, that's the attack. There you go, see? So, that's what we're trying to avoid up here. Alright. That thing is dealt with. But now we have a giant tentacle spider monster. So another bad day for janitors. We're gonna heal up a little bit. Alright, we're all healed up. Let's go deal with the tentacle monster. It's singing a nice little song. I think if you could zoom in, his heart is no longer a heart. Alright, here it is. Now, the good news is this thing is actually easier to suppress than the Heh class Ordeals, so there's not a whole lot to worry about here. There you go. So, that's that. We should try suppressing Pade one of these times. The last time he escaped, he was way too strong for us, but maybe we're a little bit better by now. We'd be able to handle him. Okay, so now that we're done our ordeals, all we need to do is be able to handle the meltdowns, and we can farm as long as we want. Now, I'm not saying I want to farm for hours, but I definitely want to get those 2 promotions, and I don't really know exactly how long that takes, so, you know, we're going to stick around for a little while to try to guarantee that. Luckily, because we can do multiple work at the same time, it will go a lot quicker. This thing is not injured, so we can send someone in to work on low-level employees working on justice. And then HP, Fortitude, and also some temperance. That'll keep people pretty busy. Just don't look at the robot. Punishing Bird escaped. Fella, you know what to do. Don't look at the robot. Oh, it's going after somebody else. It's picking on Jean Matthew. Fella, get in there. You gotta save him. Oh, it's too late. Alright, well. A little bit of lag. Hopefully I'm not lagging. I did have some bad lag a couple nights ago when I was starting up. I don't know if it was just my internet connection or something. Shoddy Canadian internet, clearly. So these 2 are our best training. I should really not be looking at it, by the way. These are our best 2 training abnormalities because of their higher rank. But yeah, I'm still training up other people just to be sort of efficient here. What else we got? This thing. Yeah, we're getting higher in the emergency cycle, and we're getting more and more of these things melting down at the same time. But as long as you've got the employees to handle the meltdowns, it's not even that hard. I actually, I'm not with... In BC, it's Tellus instead of Bell, which is basically part of Bell these days, but we call them Tellus, I guess. But, yeah, we're actually... Just for interest's sake, I do have cable internet, which is normally through Shaw, but they still have to do subletting, or whatever the correct term is, subleasing or something, for the publicly owned infrastructure. So we actually have a smaller company, I think it's called Tech Savvy or Lightspeed, one of those, I forget. Then that's technically the company that I have my internet through. Just saves a bit of money, and you know, you have to set up your own modem, but oh no. But in the end, it's still Shaw, so it's not like it changes a whole lot. Alright, they're done. In case you missed the end of last stream, I guess I should show off what happens if you look at it. I feel bad for the viewers that missed part of the previous streams, because that's where we learn how to handle these things. Schadenfreude, if you, oops, that is not the button I wanted to press. Well, the good news is I got 3 promotions, so I got my quest reward. And we ended our day rather than taking another 20 minutes. I meant to go a little bit longer, but oh well, it's fine. Anyway, we get some stat gains. Lots of sanity for me. Lots of justice. That's going up really nicely too. So we've got a good thing going. Now we know how to work the Ice Queen. And we've also saved it now, so we don't have to worry about relearning about her. I was going to get more points off of her so I could get more armor, but I kind of messed that up there. Oh well. Not the worst misclick I've ever had. Okay, so day 4 in the room means we're going to get a tool this time. So we get to pick out one of these 3, and we'll see which one we like. So the prayer always ends with eternal despair of the worshipper. Eventually, they lose all prudence and even forget how to exist. Or the final chapter begins with a sentence, born again. So I think we almost took this one last time, because it's a book. It's the only one that I believe is a book, and I think we know what the book is. I think I know all 3 of these. There actually isn't all that many tools, because you only get 1 tool every fourth abnormality. The prayer thing, if I remember correctly, hurts the person you put into the room, but heals other people. But the timings on how long you stay in are a little bit tricky, without dying, that is, specifically. I forget this one. I think it's one of those, it drops your prudence to raise other stats, but if you let it drop too low, you die. I think, even just based on the description there. Whereas this one's an exceptional book. So we'll go with the book. Because I can think, at least I know something that we can do positive with that. The other 2, I don't know if I can think of a good use for them. How was your day? I've just noticed that a certain employee filled their water bottle with bears. They're clearly Canadian drinkers. And drank it at work. I sometimes wonder what it would feel like to be full of bears. I was once infected by a bear, which made me perceive everything 10 bears slower. They say it's similar to that. Yep. Everyone laughed at me talking about bears. Manager, your facial expression is hard to read today. If you want to say something, please bear. Oh, right, remember, okay, this is a callback. Last episode, last day, I think it was 13, maybe 12, I don't know. B, there's A, there's B. The entity known as B contacted us and said he'd give us a trial program that can tell us if an advanced AI is lying to us. So we can ask a question, and maybe we'll be able to find out if she's lying. I feel like this doesn't matter, but maybe I'm a little bit more, like, self-interest, like I don't want to die. So are you going to harm me with all this polar bear talk? Humans excessively detest the existence of improbable beings. When I said I was different from the others, I detected disbelief from your face. The company is more important than one single... Not my life! It's more important than the employees' lives, but I'm the manager. Perhaps I'm beginning to like you. Oh yeah, sure, sure. Sharing emotions with someone is a precious... But you're a robot. Her eyes are open. And now, if you're asking me if I am plotting against you, I never had any plans or will to harm you. It immediately flashes red. I have never had any plans to murder you, even in the slightest. Okay, well maybe once or twice. Well, now you know, guys. She's actually out to get us. Thank you for doing me a favor, manager. I feel really confident these days. Odd. I hear you have a new distraction. Hi, Angela. Are you talking about my counseling program? Yes, stop it immediately. But why? It helps employees. Oh, please, don't delude yourself. You're not really helping them. But what about Tiffany? My program helped her to cope with stress. Tiffany? Tiffany Brown from the security team? That Enkafallen addict is no longer with us. She's what? She terminated her contract with the company in a very permanent fashion. She lost more than 90% of her sanity when... Wait, what? Let me just comprehend this. She committed suicide. But more importantly, that caused her to lose 90% of her sanity. I have a feeling there's some cause and effect translation here. Maybe she lost 90% of her sanity and therefore committed suicide. I hope that's the actual truth and not really, we don't care about that. We just were mad that she went insane. Of course, she came to you several times. She came to you because she needed she needed some aspirin, not because she needed your comfort. You prescribed highly addictive substances like you were handing out candy. She's a machine. She doesn't know better. What about Netzak? You gave him aspirin as well. End life protocol, that's it. I authorized your counseling to reduce the stress level of employees, and you're only creating drug addicts. Netzak, he told me he would like to introduce the program to his team. You should have reported him when you first saw the symptoms. But he's also a robot. How can the robot be affected by aspirins? Todd, your compassion is only making things worse around here. Your program is terminated. And I urge you to take my advice. Keep your distance from others, especially from unstable employees. They have nothing to lose. They will do anything to get what they want. Death? Is this... Are we really stopping employees from killing themselves by overdosing here? Because that's what they want? This is great. Sorry, kids. You're not allowed to commit suicide. You have to get back to work with the monsters so they can eat you. Then it's fine. Just don't lose all your sanity because we need it. Alright, promote an employee to level 4 or higher. They want to lose 90% of their sanity, and so they commit suicide. They want to. The employees, yeah. Alright. Level 4 training team. Final room in the training area. Alright, we get our first training upgrade. This is what I was trying to get. So, this stuff's good. Employees learn faster, so more stat gains. You could make your janitors a little bit better, whoop-de-woo. Or, when you hire someone, they start at higher stats. That's pretty cool, right? And I have 9 lobotomy points, so I could hire someone right now and have better stats. This, I believe, is only like a 5 or 10% bonus. It's good, but this is actually like a +2 to all stats on hiring, which is insanely good if I remember correctly. So we're doing that. And then we'll do that next. And then janitors, who cares? Let me just see here for sure. Well, it doesn't show it. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different upgrade. Reinforce hiring procedure to increase status of hired management employees. I mean, that's what I thought it was. Maybe there is a 4th upgrade that you get later. Maybe I was thinking of that one that starts you with level 3. That's probably, I'm probably thinking of number 4. I still don't know what that means then. Reinforce hiring procedure to increase status of hired management employees. Doesn't show different stats here at the beginning. And it's still going to cost the same amount to increase stats. Oh well, we'll figure that out later. We'll get all the upgrades anyway. It's not going to be hard to finish that quest and pick up the growth over time one anyways. That's no big deal. Alright, well for those of you future tubers, this was probably a pretty long episode, but thanks for hanging in there. And I will see you next time. So thanks for watching and have a great day.